EPIC has always been a really special time of year for us and a very special awards ceremony because it really gives us that time to reflect on the amazing people that live here, that work here, that play here, and really that are making our area better every day. And I think, you know, how busy the world is, it's always great to take that time out and really recognize people that are really making those changes, that really are taking that step above and going above and beyond to make the Wyoming Valley a great place. So EPIC is always a very special time for us to recognize them, but also to recognize all the people that come out and celebrate this with us, because that's really what makes this community epic, are all of us coming together. And congratulations to everybody that's receiving those awards tonight, because you truly do make this an epic place to live. Dan has enhanced DEI initiatives really by being someone that has taken the forefront on doing education, you know, attending events, being willing to have conversations with people. And so Dan has really been so much of that, that he's enhanced the entire way that our community looks at, you know, issues that we do have to face, and anything on the DEI side that we know collectively as a community is so incredibly important. Dan has become somebody really that is an expert in that, and really somebody that we know that we can turn to in the community to really help us on these very important and critical efforts. So I would say that, you know, Dan really is the leader in that way, and we thank him for all that he's done and that we know he'll continue to do.
I have known Dan for 12 years. Our first interaction was at Misericordia University, where I started off in the admissions office. Through that office, I had a vision to educate our students on multicultural and doing little celebration programs. He was like, "You have a gem here. We need to elaborate a little bit more and make it an actual standalone program." I was like, "What?" He's like, "Yes, multicultural education." And that's how it became a program, and we started it. I was the first one in that role. So it was his support and his vision, and that I had something to give to the community for our students.
I met Dan Kimbrough actually when I was a junior in high school. I went to a communications camp at Misericordia University, where I met him when I stayed on campus for a few days to learn more about the major. And then I worked a lot with him when I became a communications major at Misericordia. He and I often had times, maybe I would be just editing, you know, in an edit bay, and we would just have conversations so much. And he was actually the one who really opened my mind to a lot of DEI initiatives and a lot of DEI ideas.
I first met Dan when he was a coworker in our Think Center with Parks Multimedia. When we started our Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Council, really started talking about it in 2019. Dan was the first one to come on board and quickly became our council chair. He helped us develop the council pretty much from the ground up, and now in 2022, still our council chair, and is helping it to reach even further heights. We get to work alongside him and Erica all the time, and they are truly helping our DEI initiatives take root in our chamber and in the community.
Dan's biggest accomplishment is moving the conversation for diversity, equity, and inclusion forward in northeastern Pennsylvania. It's what fires him, it's his passion, it's what motivates him every day. And I always learn from Dan, the best thing is when we're starting to talk about diversity, equity, and inclusion, in everything we do, not as the separate thing over here, but it's every piece of what we do. And he has helped in so many ways move that conversation forward. So that's the conversation we're having now in northeastern Pennsylvania.
I think Dan is just getting started. I think he comes from a long line of warriors in the work toward equity and justice and inclusion. And I think that he is really learning how to leverage his wisdom and his life experience to help organizations and individuals figure out what role we can all play in this very critical work. And what I've known of him so far, the way that he's facilitated for our programs and what he's taught our participants, he has already changed minds and hearts in regard to this very important work.
Every place he goes to, he plants the seed for diversity and inclusion. Whether he is doing it voluntarily or just self-volunteering himself, hey, you know what, let me just do this. I remember sitting in the Wilkes-Barre committee for the multicultural parade, and he was like, you know what, I can take videos, I can do this. Like, he will say, I can make it better, this is how we can do it together. He was like, how can we make it better and capture the stories and the narratives of our community?
There's no one more deserving of our inaugural Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Champion Award. Congratulations, Dan.
Dan, congratulations. I have known you for more than 10 years now. you truly are someone who I can't even put into words how amazing of a person you are and how well deserved this is. I am so proud of you, and I am wishing you nothing but the best. I'm sure many, many more awards and recognition is to come. So congratulations.
Dan, when I saw that this was a category of award for EPIC, you were the first person I thought of. I congratulate you so much for this award. You've done so much for our community, so much for our organizations, and I just want to say thank you on behalf of all of the organizations. Thank you so much for the impact you truly have every day.
At PNC, we embrace and promote diversity and inclusion as a core element of our values and culture. That's why we are pleased to be the presenting sponsor of the Greater Wyoming Valley Chamber's newly created Diversity and Inclusion Award. I can't think of a better recipient to receive this inaugural award than Dan Kimbrough. In the past few years, as PNC strengthened our commitment to a culture where everyone feels valued and included, both in our workplace and in our area, we kept crossing paths with Dan and his efforts to help create a community with those same values. He works patiently and tirelessly to make a difference in the diversity, equity, and inclusion space and is deserving of this recognition. Congratulations, Dan, and thank you for the continued opportunities to learn from you and from each other in an environment of positive understanding and change.